Hello, greeting to all of us. Today, my name is Grasella N Mbau. Today, let me give a speech about an important issues that we all too often encounter in society, namely violence and harassment against women. Women are creatures that must be greeted and respected. Respected because from them we come out and know the world. Harassment and violence against women and children seems to be mushrooming everywhere. Since times women have always been affected by all the bad things that excited during war. Women were kind, raped, and self, even killed, treated inhumanly, even in the war are has indeed. But women's war against harassment and violence is not over every day. When watching news programs on television or on social media, harassment, rape, and violence is always one of the news that will appear. However, along with increasing numbers of female cases, there are some mischievous mouths that casually say, "It is women who are guilty of not knowing to take care of themselves, or indeed the women do not wear the same clothes so that incites crime," without them realizing many women who take care of themselves, wear clothes, and even withdraw from outsiders are victims of violence and abuse. Abuse, harassing, either from people close to them or from people who are not known, then do we still blame women? It is just women's fault. I always hear advice about women who must maintain their honor, maintain their behavior, maintain their grace, and even their words so as not to invite criminals. But is that enough? The answer is no. Stop blaming women for every harassment or violence that occurs. What's wrong with being naive? What's wrong with being stupid? What's wrong with being weak? There's nothing wrong with all of the above. Because if wrong is the culprit with dirty and depraved behavior and thoughts. At this time, I want to say that women are not to be objects of violence and harassment. Stop treating women as an object. Real men are just know who are able to treat women with dignity, maintain their views and desire, and are able to control themselves. Stop harassment and violence against women. Victims of sexual violence are usually silent and do not dare to report to anyone. And what we see on social media is a small percentage of sexual harassment cases. Whether it is for fear of being treated by the predator or fear of being judged by the people around them, because sometimes their mental victims who have been crushed by violence must be crushed against by the judge of a heartless person. Not only for adult women, but children also become victims of sex. Children are the foundation and hope of parents. Children will also be the successor of the nation. In reality, it should be protected and given love, but the facts speak otherwise. The rise of cases of violence against children in the last year seems to have reversed in the few children need to be protected. So many children are victims of violence at their family's environment and society today. Various types of violence are accepted by children, such as verbal, physical, mental, and sexual violence. Ironically, perpetrators of violence against children are usually people who have close relationship with children. such as family, teacher, and their own playmates. Of course, this also triggers trauma to the child. For example, refusing to go to school after being hit by the teacher himself. Factors that cause violence against children are a history of repeat parental violence who used to treat their children with the same pattern, psychological immature families, inability to educate children, unwanted children or children born out of wedlock, broken home due to divorce, mother absence for a long time, poor environmental condition, the impact of violence against children, aggressive. Aggressive is made at when children feel no one can protect themselves. When people who are considered unable to protect them are around, the child will immediately take aggressive actions against in perpetrator. But not all children's behavior appears because they have committed acts of violence. Mood or depression can make children change drastically, such as children who have a sleep and eating disorder. It can even be accompanied by weight loss. They will be a gloomy child, quiet, less expansive, easy to the attitude. So because the children less comfortable and safe with the surrounding environment. Science, he lost a figure who could protect them, much like in the big time. They wouldn't easily see how the adult treat them back then. They learn from their experience, then risks according to the what experience commits acts of violence against others. This condition is very happening, but that does not mean there is no solution. Proper coordination is needed in the environment around children, especially in the family environment. To addicted children, without using violence, selecting television show and providing protection and affection so that these children do not become violent and children later. Certainly, we all do not want to contribute to be led by a national leader who did not resolve violence against its people. The problem is the extent which Indonesian laws or regulation appreciate this action, but for the action. Perpetrators are children are victims of violence. The conclusion is not only victims of those who must be asked to maintain their way of treating, how to behave, but also to humans. Let's grow respect and love for humans, a society, so that cases like this again in our social life. And also victims of acts of violence against women need moral and material support from those close to them who can be trusted. Family, friends, neighbors become a source of stress to resist an acts of violence. Let's fight violence against women and children together. That's my speech today. Hopefully, we can take a good lesson about how we respond to the problem of harassment that occurs in our social life. And from what I say today, let's both reflect on maybe now we are not the perpetrators of victims of violence and harassment, but not those who know about tomorrow. Let's take care of our self fears, emotions, and lose together, so that we can avoid it all. I apologize for my inappropriate words and behavior. Thank you for your attention.